take off the pinned message. Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 477. Me, or Rob and I will be with you soon.
Hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Hopefully I got rid of that black line that was there.
I'm searching, I'm loving.
With my new code to highlight the messages.
Black line?
Yeah, if you watch the intro, you can see the black line that was there. I wasn't using chroma key properly in the feature I was using.
I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a rush, but we got there at the end. Hello, good to be back. Hey Dan, how's it going? Hopefully there's no black lines now or blue boxes on the screen. It should be doing proper transparency now. I didn't notice it because you only noticed it when you got the intro going or you zoomed in on the last couple of episodes. It wasn't too bad though. It was just a minor coding error on my part. So yeah, now we can just highlight comments down the bottom there on the screen. Robert, hi Paul and Rob.
Hello Dan, how you doing, man?
And I can change the comment quite easily, as you can see. Welcome to OT channel. You're not with us. And we'll just Google try to get rid of the new tab function, saying it was banned by Chrome because they did some advertisements on there or something. I don't care about that. I don't care if I use it on these ones and it's redirecting ads or whatever. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't work anyway because of my security. So yeah, we can bring up any comment now on the screen. If I don't click the wrong place. I clicked on the message on the link and it opened up a tab instead of changing the comment. So did that work this time? Yeah, so if you wish to donate, Super Chat's going. I think we're about $30 away from meeting the yearly target to keep going for another year. So if you want to help out, that would be great.
Good news.
And yeah, that's all working good. So what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about today, Robert?
Yeah, sure. I don't know a couple of things, but you know, we're all familiar with Gulf Breeze and the Ed Walters photos and all that stuff, aren't we? But what about the videos? Yeah, Gulf Breeze, yeah. Kicked off in the late 80s, didn't he? And it carried on.
There were some credible sightings then, but there also were
fakes.
There
was some credible sightings. Yeah. The Ed Walters photos are very dubious. Personally, I think the double exposure, Polaroid double exposure, but let me talked about before, but videos are a little bit more difficult to and some of the videos, they weren't taken by Ed Walters, or were they? This is the question. So I want you to take a look at this, Paul.
Yep, okay.
I'll leave it in the side chat for you.
If anything goes wrong with the audio out there, Crackle guys, just let us know, because we don't hear the Google side of things. So just help us out to keep the live stream the best we can. There's some live streams out there. They've got terrible audio all the time. Where's copy link? Disappeared too. That's no good. Where's copy link? Oh right, it's coming up now. So yeah, it's going to post it wrong, isn't it? Pasting B Studio. Yep. So yeah, a wee bit hour late today because of me getting the second jab. If you've not already heard.
Well, I don't know why I haven't had my second one. I had my first one. Yeah, I had my first one. Oh, you?
You should no longer than 6 week gap. They said. That's the first one's. That's the first one's redundant. Yeah, might have to get another booster.
Don't say that. You on the Pfizer jab or the AstraZeneca? Yep.
Yeah,
which one?
Pfizer.
Yeah, same as me. Yeah, before you start.
The first one is like a cut down version
to get your immune. Started opening doors again.
You better check up with your hospital or doctor on that because
I know. Yeah.
Normally they send you a text message to remind you, don't forget your appointment today. Normally you have to book in the 2 appointments at the same time.
You will have got my phone number, Paul.
Yeah, but normally you have to book it online.
Well, no, they told me they'd be in touch with me. Anyway, forget about it. So let me give you some...
You better get in touch with them pretty quickly then. But it says,
okay. Yeah, okay.
Delta's picking up speed, by the way, in New Zealand, so it's going to be picking up speed, UK. New Zealand's a really good test bed just to see how fast it's spreading. There was some spread down to the South Island, but they seem to contain it for now. But we're not even close to 90% vaccination yet, and they can't sort of get rid of the lockdown until we hit at least 90. But everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to get sick, even if you get the vax. Everybody knows that, and everybody's going to be a carrier. You know how easy it is to pick up on your hand and clothing and packets of food and all that. Of course, it's going to spread regardless if you're vaccinated or not. You can be a carrier. So yeah, just keep an eye on that, and you have to get booster shots after the second one. You have to get a booster shot now in New Zealand after 6 months, and then every 6 months after that. Yeah. It'll be ongoing. It'll be like the flu jab.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, we got this UFO. Let's see, what is it?
Yeah, well, let me give you a background to this now.
That looks like one that Brewster does it.
No, I don't. Yeah, he would have covered it. Yeah.
Is that the one of the plane that passes by?
Don't think so.
It overtakes the plane or something. Anyway.
Well, let me give you a background to this one now, okay?
Yeah. Yep.
It was uploaded anonymously by a guy, apparently he called himself Philip. Then later it was attributed to someone called Martin Allen. And then the rumours started that it actually had something to do with Ed Walters, but it's all unsubstantiated. We don't really know who filmed this. We got the date, and that's about it. Now, I put this up on my group yesterday, and it caused quite a lot of interest. A lot of people don't think that Ed Walters had anything to do with this, but now his name's been associated with it. It cast doubt on it because that guy's one crafty bastard, you know. I don't trust anything that he's associated with. Whether he is associated with this or not, it's difficult to tell now. The skeptics are saying yes. I don't know. Yeah. So, but I seen some similarities in this video to the one that I managed to get hold of a few weeks ago. Anyway,
Right.
it's not long, but it's actually, you'll see now, it's a video of the video. Seems to be filming here off a TV screen or monitor of some
Yeah.
sort. I don't know why
Yeah.
the sky is that dreamy colour. I was talking to somebody today, and that could be to mask an elastic band or fishing line or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very highly suspect, you know. Just looking at that
Yeah,
still, but it looks like it's been filtered.
yeah,
So you want me to play it?
yeah.
Do we need audio?
Not really, no.
No, it's got no sound anyway. From what I could hear anyway. Alright, we got some background noise. Right, sounds like a projector that's going on a big screen here, and they're filming it on a handy cam. That's what I think. And someone's now playing on slow motion,
Yeah,
and then it zooms off. And it looks very blocky. Yeah, I'm kind of not really impressed, but okay, let's try that again.
yeah. It shows an object there supposedly returning to it before it shoots off.
Why the funny angle? I think
Yeah,
that's a projector screen, isn't it?
yeah. I think so.
But why move the camera around like that? Doesn't make any sense. At the end, see, that could easily be CGI even. I don't know, I'd like to see.
CGI in 1993? I don't think so, mate.
We don't know if it's 1993, that's only what they're saying.
Yes, it is. No. It came out in 1993, Paul, so it had to be 1993. It's not like it came out last year, you know? It's not CGI. You can rule that one out. What I'm thinking...
There's a model on a bit of string, actually.
Yeah, a model may be like an elastic piece of string running through it, and then another piece of string, and you just pull it. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Mick
West did a similar experiment showing you how easy it is to fake. If you dig up his channel, he actually shows you how to do it in a doorway with a piece of string. He just used a piece of string and a high definition camera at that, and he said you don't see the string, which is true. You don't. Okay. With the right background, you don't see the string. And he was moving it around, and then he flimed it off real fast, just like that happened. And so yeah, Mick West. I don't know if we can find him straight away. Google might suppress him. Mick West. He debunked a very similar video. I'm not sure if that's that one. Let's have a look. YouTube. It could be that video, actually. What is YouTube? UFOs debunked. Is that his channel? Nope. It's funny how it puts other people's channels first before the one you're after. Mick West. Wiki.
What's his website? Is that what you're looking for?
His YouTube channel.
Oh, that's easy to find.
Should be, but it's not.
Oh, hold on, let me do it.
Hasn't come up in the first 10 results. And I did say YouTube. This is how YouTube controls everything, you see. This is why I get no traffic to... I never get any traffic to my site because they destroy us. Mick West, Twitter, everything else comes up before YouTube does. So that's what YouTube done to ufology. Only the big channels survive now because they make lots of money and they like to keep them going. You'd think it'd be easy to find his YouTube, wouldn't you? I can't even remember if it's called Mick West as YouTube or some other name.
I
should really put a bookmark to him. Really, haven't even thought about it. So we always run into this problem because of YouTube. You're using some other search engine, aren't you? And you can't find them. Mick West.
No, I was looking for him in my old.
Let's see. Can we get it for your Twitter account, maybe?
Start doing it that way.
Mick West YouTube. Have we got a YouTube channel? Skeptics.org. Metabunk. So he hasn't got his YouTube channel up. So which is stupid. And we might better find it through one of these links. I haven't actually been checking him out lately. Is that one he debunked? Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, I've got it.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find a video that he's posted on his YouTube.
Right, hold on, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. There we go.
I probably always found it here. Do it the hard way. Yeah, it's just hopeless. It really is. Yeah. It's just not on. But yeah, I should really give him a bookmark down here. We'll do it now, so we never have to do it again. So we don't forget about it. He's here now, I hope. Yes, so it'll be a couple of months ago now. Let's have a look. See if I can recognize it. It's one of his experiments at home. Chris. Green pyramid, no. Nope. He's put up a lot of crap. Just trying to read the titles very quickly here. Hovering ship, no.
Wait, that duplicated a UFO video from the VCR. What was that?
That could be the one. Where'd you see that one?
Yeah, you're going straight past stuff, Paul. Top right now.
That could be the one.
So I saw this video on Twitter today.
That's it, isn't it? No, my brain is not so defunctive. See, I told you it might be the same one. There you go.
It's been held up as an example of a video that we're difficult to fake with the technology of the day because it's on VCR and the object seems to almost instantaneously vanish from the scene. It just shoots off. So I tried duplicating it myself. This is what I came up with. The way I did that is fairly simple. I just took this old plastic washer, I hung it from this string here, and then I attached another string to it to the side, which is attached to a long piece of wood. And then I just filmed it from inside the garage. And from outside, I picked up the piece of wood, I swung it to one side as fast as I could, and the object vanished instantly. It's actually a little bit too fast because it vanishes like in one frame, whereas the original takes about 3 or 4 frames. But all I would have to do, obviously, is just swing the stick a little slower. So there you go. It's not actually that hard to duplicate that effect, even if you're just filming with a regular video camera with no editing.
Oh, I don't know. That the first one looks a hell of a lot better than Mick's. Mick's didn't make it there at all. That looked shite.
Yeah, but he's saying you can't fake that on VCR.
Yeah. I can see the principle of it. I can see the principle of what he's saying. I'm just not convinced that video is a hoax, you know.
I'm not sure if he had a longer one than that.
Yeah, I know. He hasn't. Well,
I don't think people were happy with the explanation, maybe. I don't know. It could be a longer one than that. It's only a minute long. How to duplicate gimbal. Explain why this video of Biden, no. Maybe it's all he's got. I thought it was longer than that, actually. Kind of odd.
No, it doesn't matter. That's all the time he needed to demonstrate how it could be done.
So it was the same video, but he could have got a more realistic UFO looking thing on a bit of string and had it wobbling around to start with. He could have duplicated it exactly, you know, just like that guy does with Billy Meier stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day, if it was Ed Walters, I mean, did he fool Bruce Maccabee, or did Bruce Maccabee just go along with it because he was writing the foreword for his book? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Let's put this on slow motion. It's only 720p too. Playback speed. It's faster, slower. See, that could just be hanging on a bit of wire. And then the second piece of wire you don't see either. Boom. And just pull it very quickly.
Because what I find is we just don't know who this video belonged to. And that's part of the problem.
I'm pretty sure I could fake that. It's got video compression there, obviously.
Yeah. But what about this?
The thing is, it doesn't look like it's spinning. The reflection is not changing. See?
Yeah. Well, it is there.
No, the reflection didn't move. It should have some spinning motion to it. See, the lights are in the same place all the time. There should be some wobulation going on. It should be going backwards and forwards, vibrating a little bit. Now, those little specks could be the cable the light's reflecting off, right? Just imagine if it's a cool fishing wire. They will explain why those patches of little white flicking off there. Yeah, that doesn't look like a normal sky colour. So, no. See, the reflection's always the same, and See these little white dots at the end here? That's like the cable, the light reflecting off the cable. And some bits here too, look. So those things where you're saying something returning to it. I don't know. There's something here.
Yeah.
Going past it.
That could be anything. God.
Yeah, it could be anything. But here we got what could be reflections off the cable. They're saying it's the UFO, but it could be a reflection of a cable. It's like these ones here. In there. I'd say it's fake myself, but not enough information to go on there.
Nah, definitely not enough. It's one of them.
Yeah, it's one of those maybes. What's the side people think? How many have we got on there? Is it just Dan, is it?
Which the only ones there.
Well, the speed, as Mick's shown, is able to be captured on VHS.
Yeah.
Because that's what he filmed it on. What to next? Did I miss something? No.
No. And if you want to have a look at those documents I found in the MOD file, it was a particularly good case that in
I didn't keep the link.
Oh, right.
Did you want me to download it off Discord, did you?
Yeah, just upload them to you. Yeah, so you can show them on screen if you like.
What do you want me to get though? On the side chat or on Discord?
No. You need to show them on the screen here.
Yeah, but what do you want me to show though?
The 2 documents I sent you.
I haven't saved them. Okay.
No, well, on Discord.
Yeah, I thought you had some links to them. Okay, let me just see.
The screen captured from the document. Well, I can't just stick them on the side chat.
It's going to open it up on my main window, fortunately, because it's on Discord. I don't think we can get it to read out, but
no, I can do that.
Let's see. We'll just see what happens. I don't think it's that clever. Don't think we've got the option to read it. Translate to English.
No way.
Can't see. Read aloud is dimmed. Yep. Okay, and there's another one we have to get. Bear with us, people. Oh dear. It's using up the CPU. I got an hourglass. That's no good. Unfortunately, I opened up a tab that has a lot of JavaScript on it, and it's chewing up the CPU like crazy. I might be there now. Thing is, for me to get the original quality, I have to open it up in a web page, because that's the way Discord works. course, it's opened up Chrome to do it as well, which is no good. More CPU. What else did you want me? Those 2 documents? Was there anything else?
Yeah, I think you need that's the second one. Actually, you need the first one.
Well, that was the first one.
No. Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, that's the start of it.
Yeah. Do you want any more than that?
No, that's fine. I can read that, Paul.
Right, go ahead then.
Okay, my name is redacted. I'm German, and I've been living in the UK since Section 40 again. I work for a software company in Maidenhead, that's in Kent. I studied history and sociology and used to work at this as a historian in Germany. I went with a friend of mine for some days to Llanberis, and we also went for one night to Morfaneffin. So Morfaneffin is in Pwllheli Sea, and it's like a holiday resort. They've got a holiday centre there. And what we do, they've got cottages there as well, which they hire out for the night to the holiday makers, you know. Because it's a lovely spot. It's about 50 miles from my house, less than that, as the crow flies. Anyway, where we arrived on Wednesday, August the 12th, we stayed at a bed and breakfast called Llys Olwyn Country Guest House, Lawntan Bryn, Morfaneffin, Pwllheli. We got a room in the first floor, and the view from the window leaded to the coast. The windows itself began 60 centimetres from the ground. Okay, the bed is opposite to the windows and has a similar height of 50 centimetres. About 10 p.m, went to bed. I'd set the alarm clock because we wanted to leave Morfaneffin the next day. We'd opened the window. It was quiet because there's no road. I couldn't sleep, but I had my eyes closed. It was 3 minutes after 11 p.m. when a bright light shone through the window. At first, I thought it could be a car or a spotlight. However, it didn't move. So now you need to...
Where did we get to move?
There we go. No, that's it. And up again, Paul. No, oh, is that it?
Down, I mean. Move.
Yeah, okay. The light was very bright. There we go, whoa, stop there.
That's the bottom of the page now.
Okay, the light was very bright and went twice off a very short moment and came back. Because I have to wear glasses, 4.5 diopters, I could recognise what it was, only that the light was very glaring, so that I had to hold my hand in front of my eyes. I was wondering why it didn't move, if it were a car, or if it were a spotlight. Where does it come from, and who is making a joke to wake me up and the B&B guests? I put on my glasses, got up and went to the window. I saw more than 3 lights about 70 metres away. Because it was night, I can't give you a correct distance. I attached a picture, please look at the end. These lights moved very fast so that I couldn't count them. Each of them had the size of a basketball, approximately, perhaps a bit bigger. Some of them looked like a translucent ball, others like a ball made from translucent glass, where the light came out. They moved repeatedly up and down and rotated repeatedly on their own axis with a speed which I had never seen before. One light stood still at a height of about 1 metre over the ground. Light shone down to the ground and turned up to the sky, so that I saw the light beam shone up in the sky. Then it turned again on its own axis, moved up and down. The maximum height was approximately 1.5, well, 1.5 meters from the ground.
So
we've got these orbs again, basically, haven't we? Basketball size.
3 lights, it says here, though.
Yeah.
17 meters far away. I guess he means by that.
Yeah, 70 meters, yeah.
Where's the size estimate of them? Don't think he said, did he? Height
yes,
of about
basketball
1 meter.
sized. Basketball size, maybe bigger.
So how big is a basketball? For those that don't play basketball, 1.5 foot.
It's about the size of an English football. No, it's not. It's about. It's not twice the size of an English football, but it's a good third bigger. So I would say 14 inches across.
So that's very small aliens. If they're
Well, no, we're
inside
not
that
aliens.
craft.
It's obviously some kind of probe, isn't it, Paul? You don't expect that to be man, do you?
I don't know.
That's what these balls of light
are. We got no.
intelligence.
We can't say insects are not intelligent and can manufacture spaceships. There may possibility, even lizards, little tiny lizards. Does the size of the brain matter?
Often seem to be part of a larger craft,
Yeah, I don't know. We seem to always relate it to ourselves, but it doesn't mean there's not creatures a lot smaller than us that's able to manufacture.
Well, maybe these orbs are life forming themselves.
There's a lot of maybes.
A lot of maybes.
Yeah.
But we know that they might. I mean, we've covered.
Well, there might be remote control craft, drones. It's more likely.
That's what I think. That's personally what I believe. Yeah.
And they used to open up a portal. Maybe somehow they circle it.
Maybe they circle it.
Yeah. Maybe they need 2 to create a portal. Maybe in front. Like a positive and negative. How many did he say? 3. It's funny though. The Bigfoot ones is always 2 or 3 orbs, I believe.
Yeah.
From what I've seen on Expedition Bigfoot, I'm pretty sure there was 2 or 3 orbs, and then they disappear.
Or if you see one, there's more. It's always the same, or nearly always the same.
Yeah.
Do you want to get to the rest of that statement? So the second half, is it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what the controls are. Does it get bigger than that? No. That's
there
as
we
big
go.
As we get.
There we go. So suddenly, 2 or 3 of these lights move to the left with a speed of 1 second or less. I'm not sure what he means by that. This lady, I think, is German. Okay, the distance was about 10 meters. I was very surprised because I couldn't see any rail construction or something like that, and a movement like this is not possible for objects normally. And again, the lights began to move repeatedly up and down. There, where the other lights were before, position 1 at my picture, was nothing suddenly. About 20 seconds later, one light, it was shining weakly, moved again to the left behind bushes with the same speed and vanished. After the last light had vanished, I went to bed. It was 11 p.m. The time when I was laying in the bed and I saw the lights through the window, and when I stood on the window, was about 1 minute. While looking at these lights from the window, it seemed to me that each of them lost its power about 30 seconds and vanished into the air. So lost its power. I think that, does he mean the luminosity? I think that's what he means. Excuse me, voice is going there. There we go. Let's stop. There we are. A friend of mine slept very deep, and while standing on a window, I called her and wanted to wake her up. However, she didn't wake up. Because I was fascinated by what I saw, I didn't want to spend time waking her up, but looking at these lights. I took a look out the window the next morning to see the area where the lights had been shown in the night. I didn't see any construction or material there. I think what he means is, there was nothing built up or nothing that they could have been. So when I told my friend what I had seen, she believed me because she knows that I'm a scientist, although I don't work as a historian here in the UK, but my job here is still the same, analysing. I don't believe in UFOs and similar stories. Since then, I have tried to find a logical explanation for what I saw. It was material because I saw the light. It wasn't laser light. There was no sound or noise. There were no rails or other kind of construction. Because the balls were bigger, it is not possible to move these with remote control. What could have moved these lights up, down, rotated and moved to the left with a speed which I haven't seen before and which can be created only in a computer simulation, in my opinion. Even if I show the movements with my hand, my arm is too slow to reproduce a movement like this. Where have the balls gone after vanishing, going off, ? Yeah, good question. I'd like to know as well. But there we have it. There's another fairly incredible account. And it was interesting. This was in 2009. And when I was going through the MOD files, there's one thing that made me make a double take. And that was the intensity of the sightings that began in March 2009 and didn't start dropping off until October 2009.
Right.
Now, I went through 2010 and 2010. There's not much there to be seen. There's not many good accounts. But this is one example of many really good accounts in 2009. But yeah, if you type in UFO wave in the UK 2009, nothing comes up because there's a lot of stuff that isn't in the public domain like this that you're going to go digging for, looking for yourself in archives. It's boring, I know, but it's fun when you do find something. What are these balls of light? What are they? I don't know.
So what's this, Dan? 3D UFO model. What does it relate to? I need a bit more explanation.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's have a look at it anyway.
What's it? So yeah. Dan Google.
Loading 3D model.
Loading second acceptor. Yes, loading still. Alright. Yeah. That looks like for a drone with the 4 propellers, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think anything like that was responsible for what she's seen.
No, it's a 5-bladed one.
Yeah. And with the window open the way it was, you'd have heard. They're quite noisy drones. You can hear them you can hear that police swarm we've got round here. You can hear it a mile off. The sewing machine engine.
Yeah. I suppose you could just shows you what's capable though. You could print that off and have it on a bit of string. I guess that's where the propeller's meant to be, but it doesn't. It's got them covered here on this model.
I'm going to kill that dog.
LEDs. That's pretty clever.
Yeah.
You can change it all the different angles and have a look at it.
Wonder how much that costs.
The model, 3D. I'm pretty sure the experts on this would be Blake Cousins, because they use all this sort of stuff to fake videos all the time. No, we don't. No, we don't. We receive an email. Yeah, right. Anyway, yeah. It doesn't say the price, does it? I suppose it's free for all, is it? No, it's got a shopping cart. Join. No price. I've lost my UFO now. It's got too small or something. I've lost it. It's gone. Yeah, I'm not too sure how to do a video like that, but it's a 360 type video, isn't it? Anyway, it's kind of clever.
Yeah.
Shopping cart doesn't say. Join. Buy 3D models. 3D printable. Well, it's not going to tell us then, is it? Blender. People got a lot of time on their hands, doesn't it? Anyway, it's consuming a lot of CPU here.
Yeah, I suppose it would. Wow.
Insects.
Well, it's like a devil coach-horse beetle. Or dung beetle.
Don't know, I wouldn't want to get... Yeah, dung beetle, I think. Or rhino beetle, whatever it's called. Still, I don't see a price. We'll only tell you the price if you join first. Anyway, people might want to play around with that side. It's pretty cool, though. So we're finished with those two documents.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so more stuff on orbs.
Yeah.
What are they? We don't know.
Something interesting I came across just today. Do you want me to send you? Yeah, I'll send you another link so we can get on with it.
Alright, better clear Dan's message.
Right.
Alright. Finally showed.
Yeah, okay. So this is a sighting that occurred in Tennessee, 1989, Sullivan County. Yeah, colour of the object. Object was seen to be burning intensely and dripping fire, much like burning plastic. They described that as the object passed overhead, the fire was dripping straight down and not trailing behind it as it moved, and it was of a relative size equal to the arm spread wide. So that's a big object. Full report here. I'll read it out quickly for you, okay? I interviewed 2 witnesses today, one an elderly woman and the other her son. These witnesses related to me a sighting which took place in the summer of July 1989. The 2 witnesses were sitting under the edge of their carport enjoying the pleasant night, and it was about midnight. One witness, the son, noted a very large and burning object moving straight at them and very low on the horizon. Both witnesses began watching as the object passed slowly overhead. Separately, they described the object as being almost wing-like and slightly swept back on its extreme ends. Shape was described as Allah, whatever that is, with an aspect of 8 times 1, 8 being width. Okay. The object was seen to be burning intensely and dripping fire, much like burning plastic. They described that the object passed overhead. The fire was dripping straight down and not trailing behind it as it moved, and that it was a relative size equal to the arms spread wide, exceptionally large. The object passed them and moved off to the southeast, continuing to drip fire, and past Holston Mountain in the distance. The moment it was out of view, a deep, intense rumble was heard from the direction of the object. The object was noted to have been moving very slowly. The duration of the sighting, agreed by both witnesses, having lasted at least 1 minute, possibly more. The primary witnesses called the FAA, that's the Federal Aviation Authority office, you won't get much out with them, at Tri-City Airport, and was told that nothing had been present on radar. He also called the local sheriff's office, where he was told that many calls had come in and they did not know what it was. Having checked catalogued sightings for the approximate date, we can arrive at no conclusions except that it must have been a fantastic sighting. Well, here's the good news. Someone else did see it, and they got a picture.
Okay.
I'm just going to find that for you.
I just need to turn off the fan. It's getting a bit cold here.
Okay.
The temperature's changed. Okay, back again.
Okay.
Yeah. Have we got a link?
Yeah, I'll just give you that. There you go.
Looks like the same link as before.
It looks like it, but it ain't.
Okay. Okay. What are we looking at here?
That's your picture. Now, this was taken on an
yeah.
unknown date. Well, we don't know the specific date for this, okay? But we do know it's the same month, same year, and same location as what the other 2 witnesses seen. So, there's your photo.
Kind of looks like a lamp to me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's too good to be true, surely.
That looks like a bedside lamp that someone's made up.
Yeah.
What's that coming down there?
Well, that's supposed to be the flames or the beams of light that the thing was dropping off from it. I don't know.
It looks like a cable to me. Going up to it. It looks like a piece of fishing wire, you see. That's really close encounter of the third kind movie.
Yeah.
That's like someone made a model up.
Do you know what I think's happened here with this? I think someone has listened to all the reports
And made a model?
And they've tried to replicate what people are seeing. But anyway, you
if
can
that's
read
windows,
about photos. Yeah.
Do we see any beings in them? Don't think so.
No.
I want us to save that, and we've got enough CPU left. Just run it through some filters.
Okay.
To me, it looks like fishing wire coming down here, or glass tube, which is like one of those bedside lamps, lava lamps, maybe.
Yes, that's what they're called. Yeah, I've seen them. They're quite nice. I was going to get one, nearly. Nobody left in the house.
Did it save? I haven't got the folder open, have I? No, we don't normally do any video analysis on your show, though.
Nah, well, yeah, come on, man. I brought this on myself tonight, so you take your time, man. You take your time. Because I just want to know if that is any good or not. You know, because it looks a bit hokey to me.
Hokey pokey. Yeah, it was a bit of a rush this morning. Okay. Let's see what the color swapper will get us. Huh? Okay, you can see there's something going on in the background here. So does it look like it's outside? That's the question. Is that trees, cloud in the background?
A minute now.
So we're changing all the blacks to different colours and stuff, you know. That looks like some lines coming down here at the top of the picture, reflecting some of the light. Coming down this way. Goes right through the picture, doesn't it? So it could be something hanging from a power cord, maybe. Is that all the pictures we've got to work with? Is it? There's no other pictures.
There's another one, but you'll have to scroll down the page to see it.
Now, just trying to work out the background there. I don't know what it is.
It's odd, isn't it?
What all this is.
Well, it's supposed to be the night sky.
I don't know. That kind of looks like a faraway building or something like that. And maybe clouds or tree. Here's a tree here, I think. Does it look like a tree going out this way? So that means it's a light hanging from a tree branch. And there, it looks like another one in the background, like there's another one hanging down too. Almost looks like another model behind there. And that looks like a tree there, but that there does look like a wire going up, and we saw there was some wires coming down here. Kind of weird. Does it look like smoke? Something dripping. Yeah, I don't know. Still looks like a model of some lamp or something to me.
Mm-hmm.
You reckon there was in some other picture there? That one.
There you go.
Looks like it's got 3 jets coming down here, releasing steam. But you could do that with electrics, right? You could run a little, like a, what I was thinking of, car wiper, you know, hit the squirter. The pump for the squirter for the wipers. And you can run it through like a hot coil, with the back car battery even, and it'll create steam out of through the holes. So you could pump it through and it creates steam. A bit like a smoke machine, you know. In fact, if you did it with the right combination of oils, you can make the smoke machine fluid quite easily. I think they can make it from vegetable oil, of all things. It turns out to be the sort of the flashpoint, how it sort of turns from liquid to steam, and it can break down in the environment without being toxic to the environment using vegetable oils. And if you just add some perfume and scent to it. Is that the only one we got? No, we got another one. Another one here. Doesn't look like the same craft now, does it?
Is that a genuine picture? I think it is. It's supposed to be, isn't it?
That looks like the ELO logo.
Pardon me, the guy took this as an experienced photographer.
No.
Could be an experienced hoaxer. I don't know.
What year was this? 2009?
No, 1989.
1989. Here's another one. Coronal discharge. There's a different colour there. It was black here. Now it's white, lit up like LED lights. 1989. We did have LEDs back then. Oh no, this looks highly suspect to me. What's this one?
Yeah.
It looks like a good model though. So it looks like some trees here. So it's stuck in a tree like Billy Meier's. Let's just grab that one. Is there even more? Surely not. So what they're trying to say here?
Don't click on that.
No, I'm not going to. This one here. So that looks like the house roof here. So it's really Gulf breezy, isn't it?
That's what I thought when I first seen them.
What are we missing here? Military can spend 100 million on a jet, but can't spend any money on a good camera. What's the other comment I missed? Seems the photograph of every incident is always blurry. Well, it's really... Yeah, they say that the UFOs affect the cameras, though, don't they? And when they get too close.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one I found in the in those MOD documents. Really good case of camera interference. It's an interesting case, North London. So when you tried to take a picture, all the camera would do was zoom in and out, just constantly zooming in and out. It wouldn't focus or nothing.
That's why you have to switch to manual, doesn't it, to get around that problem?
He just couldn't get it to work at all. In the end, he went to his mobile phone and he got a crappy picture out of that. But at least he got something. But so he said his the expensive camera wouldn't work.
Yep.
I've got itchy nose. Really annoying me.
Normally it's diabetes if you've got itchy nose.
Oh, thanks.
That's one of the most annoying things you get with diabetes is itchy nose. Just trying to figure out what this picture's meant to be. We obviously got a roof and a tree. But what's this business here? Why is it so dark? So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It should be more colour range than that. See, this is always black. That's got to be Photoshop, surely. Photoshop. Probably done with a model and some Photoshopping.
Photoshop, 1989.
Yep, that's when it came out.
Yeah? Honestly, really? Okay.
I think so. Maybe earlier than that, 78.
Oh,
70,
okay.
79. Who's got the date when the Photoshop came out? Wikipedia will tell you.
We didn't really have computers until the mid-90s, did we?
Well, remember Star Wars come out, and that was pre-graphics, wasn't it? They were using models, but really clever what they did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I say mid-90s, I mean mid-90s now. It was like everyone kind of had a computer then. Computers were around long before then, of course. And some people did have them. Yeah, so it could have easily been done.
I should ask Google. Let's see if Google knows. I'm tangled up in cords. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. When was Photoshop invented?
1987. According to Britannica, Photoshop was developed in 1987 by the American brothers Thomas and John Knoll, who sold the distribution license to Adobe Systems Incorporated in 1988.
Okay, Google, goodbye.
Have a good day, Paul.
There you go. Google can be useful sometimes. So, 87, wasn't it? So, I got 78, so I got the numbers transposed. But 89 definitely was around then, a couple of years. So, could have done it, I suppose. But yeah, you can see here there's no... for a nighttime picture of all that light, especially up here and down here. What's happened to all the light here? Very strange. There should be lots of light. Even on their most extreme settings, we can't get it to. It's almost like he's come here and edited something. I still think it's a model. Based on that one photo there, for sure.
Yeah.
I've gone wheezy now. I hope it's not the jab.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well,
yeah.
You might start feeling a bit funny in a couple of hours.
Fluid on the lungs. Considering I don't smoke. They said it's not uncommon to cause sleepiness for a couple of weeks, headaches, and a sore arm.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got that one. Resave it. Yeah, I'd say that's model on some strings there. I think there's a cable running up there, which is lifting it up. And I think there may be even some editing. Models and Photoshop. Early Photoshop. But anyway,
yeah, but you know, just looking at what Dan's saying now, I can almost feel his frustration in a way. You know, everyone. There's actually 4 billion smartphones on the planet now. Most of them are capable of taking like high resolution pictures. They've got their shortcomings. Don't get me wrong. Mobile phone camera isn't a great capture device, but you'd have thought we'd have had something better than this. But you know, if you go back to several accounts now, I'll use one for example. It was around 1976 when the guy was ordered to shoot down the UFO. And as soon as he locked his weapon systems on, went to hit the fire button, everything was just disabled. The whole weapon system, his navigation system, anything that ran on the computer was just disabled. He actually said, I'm sure that damn thing read my mind. And I'm sure, yeah, it's the same thing that's happening with cameras, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Although you do seem to catch them out now and again. I don't know. It's baffling. What the hell are we dealing with? Because you can't say because there's no good pictures, UFOs don't exist. And the evidence is overwhelming that they do. It's just for some reason they don't seem to like having a picture taken.
We've got a picture that was taken with a smartphone, but we're not allowed to show it.
Women's UAP? Wow. That's a new one. Hi.
There's a long title.
You can't capture UAPs with a smartphone. I don't know. Yeah, well, it's amazing how many people say I went to take a photo and the battery was dead. I'd only just charged it. You know, and that's with any kind of digital camera, not just a mobile phone or smartphone. I don't know what's going on. You know, there's been other cases where people haven't been able to get the lens cap off, like it's been jammed on, and it only comes off when the thing's gone. I don't know. It's it is what it is.
But we have caught one. Well, your friend Morgan caught one with a smartphone, and although we can't get hold of the original video, we got some really good frames from it. Which again, I have to open up the other browser to show you. Oh, actually, I got it in a folder, I think. Unfortunately, we can't show the.
By the way, don't mention that guy's name.
All right. Well, that's all I know.
Leading back to him. Yeah. Okay. So you know.
Yeah, I don't know much about him anyway, but.
No. It's just that he could be associated with me. You see.
Why is it not coming up? Videos. We got a thumbnail with them on.
Right, what you're looking for, yeah.
This episode we did a few months ago now. This was captured. Yeah. These were captured with a smartphone. But I need to get the thumbnail up. Now we thought it was two separate cases at first, so two videos that we, two frames we got. Turned out to be from the same case. But there you go. This is from a smartphone. With capable of 4K, and it has an incredible number of frames per second it could do. So if it did 1080p, I think it could do like 500 frames a second or something ridiculous on the phone. But he only shared us a video which I think was a cut down at 1080p, no, less than 1080p.
Well, yeah, but what it was sent via Facebook, and Facebook automatically compresses the video. Otherwise, you just can't send it.
What it does is it reduces the bit rate. Once you reduce the bit rate, then you lose quality between frames.
And it strips the exit data as well.
So that's the same craft on two different frames of the same video, and you can't tell me that's not a flying saucer.
You're going to get lucky.
That's what it looked like on his video, but once you run it through some enhancements, video enhancements like I did, you can bring out the details.
That one on the top left is so impressive, yeah.
Yep. Although that one was stretched. But it makes it more that size there once you reduce it though. Which implies that it's the same craft. But
Dan's saying here the world needs a UFO to land in front of the Olympic Games with thousands of people watching, or some big gatherings of people that's being viewed.
Yeah, and only one will get a proper video of it.
No one will get a proper video. Well, the thing is, I think it was in the 60s. Central London, a place called Bexley Heath. The UFO landed on the road in London. Hundreds of people. There was over 170 witnesses to it. It stayed there for a couple of minutes, like 30 seconds or a minute, maybe 2 minutes, and took off again and shot off. I haven't seen a single photograph. Well, nobody had mobile phones then. People were walking to work. Nobody had a camera.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah, it is. Frames per second and high bit rates can do a lot better than just lots of megapixels, you know.
Yeah.
Because especially if it writes the video and compresses it at the same time, you're losing quality. Unless you do photo burst mode, then you get it at maximum quality then. 4K images plus. Unfortunately, smartphones don't have burst mode, do they? Unless the app software now has those options. I don't know. Where you could say take a photograph one every thousandths of a second, and you should be able to see a fly past, and you should be able to see the wings beaten. Well, actually, 1 over 1,000 is still not good enough. To see a fly past your smartphone, you need like 1 over 8,000, I think they said. To be able to see the wings lifting up and down. That's a lot of frames per second, 8,000 in a second. But if you got that kind of quality in burst mode for 10 minutes filming in the sky, because you don't necessarily need to hear the sound, do we? Then we'd have the highest quality picture available on smartphones, because picture mode is always 4 times the quality. That's why you should always take a photograph as well as a video. If you've got multiple people there, tell someone to keep snapping photographs and tell everyone keep filming.
But I use my camera in burst mode like that. It takes about 6-7 pictures, then it starts buffering. But what happens, the pictures come out a bit dark. And I think what it is, because the shutter's not open for long enough. It's not getting the light in. So your pictures are kind of like a bit underexposed. But
yeah,
you can always lift that in an editor anyway.
Is yours using shutter though, or is it using electronic filter where it goes dark?
I don't know what it's doing.
Because some cameras have shutter, they can go that speed, and some have like a clear LCD screen. When they put a charge through it, it sort of goes black, and they can turn it off and on up to 1,000 times a second. I think there's a limitation of the electronic one, 1,000 times a second.
Right.
But it might be even less. It might be 400. So yeah, the shutters, it's hard to believe, but electric motors with the blades opening and shutting 8,000 times a second.
Yeah.
Sounds impossible, but some cameras can do it. But that allows the light to fall on the full sensor. Well, when you're doing video, it's got to do a lot more processing of the image, right? It doesn't have to, at least with the photograph, it doesn't have to think about it. It just has to get it on the sensor, save it, and then clear the sensor, next one, and keep repeating. But when it's got to do video, it's got to then mix in audio as well on top, and that's why the frame rate drops right down, you see.
Yeah.
And that's why we have broadcasting standards, so 1080p, 4K, and all that sort of stuff. If you could get a video to 4K, which some of the phones now do, and they must have a really fast processor unit, or even multiple computers handling it, let's say. We never know what the future's going to bring us. In the terms of technology, smartphones can only get better, and that one with the flying saucer was 2018, so 2018 technology, and that had 2 times optical zoom, and I think that's what made the difference. He zoomed in on that 2 times, and the 4K was just enough to get detail.
But if you tried to zoom in too much using a digital zoom, he would have crashed the whole video then.
Far as I can see, I never use digital zoom. Just forget about it. Because that's what software for. Just get the full image and you can zoom in with the software then. Because that's a better option.
Good advice.
Although some of the phones have a / optical / digital and some special firmware optimization where it can zoom in and not lose any details. But you'd have to read that in your manual. Just be sure what your phone's capable of. If it's just dropping pixels and cropping, then digital zoom is useless to you. It makes it easier for you to see on the small screen at the time, but that's what it's capturing too. That means any other stuff that might be either side of that UFO that may sit past, you're going to lose because you got it on digital zoom. If you left it alone, you might catch something that you didn't see with your eyes even. So yeah, that's a problem too. And also, if you zoom in with optical zoom, you can also miss that as well. It's a shame it can't do widescreen record at the same time as an optical zoom in at the same time, and then have the video side by side. That'd be really good. I think that will happen in future, where the video will record everything it can, and then you can choose what parts of the video you wanted to keep. Widescreen and zoom in and all that sort of stuff. Pardon? You still alive?
Excuse me. No,
you can't blame Mush on that one.
No.
Damn dog. That sounded like the rhino. I should bring up the rhino. Where's the rhino?
And sound came out my mouth. I don't know what the hell that was.
The rhino. There we go. He's not sworn today.
Not yet. Yes, I did in the first 5 minutes. Right. I've sent you another document on Discord. If you can grab that. Sorry to be a nuisance. I should have sent these in the middle of the week. It's my own fault.
You know that because we don't have time in the morning normally.
No.
Oh, we'll keep pushing the laptop. I don't see anything new though.
North London UFO. While on the subject of photographing UFOs, I thought I'd bring this one up. There's another one from the MOD files, and there's another one from 2009, the summer of 2009.
I should have done that. That's the UFO when you blew up. Dun. Yeah, I have to find some more time to do some more emanated stuff. I'm still working on my intro. Although I haven't had any time since last time I was working on it, but it's coming along. Let me know when you've posted it on Discord.
Well, I've done it. It's waiting there for you.
Okay. No. Let me just click in and out of it just in case. Alright, it says, okay, see you later is the last post.
What?
On Discord, it says see you later.
Hold on a second.
You got to push enter.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Now I got it.
Oh, God, what an idiot. Oh, dear. There we go.
Why can't I right click and say open? It's going to open up the other browser, slow us down. Hang on. It's got to open up crappy Chrome first. Which is very resource hungry. I hate it. There we go. So the biggest we can get it.
Yeah.
It's a bit small.
Should be able to get a bit bigger than that.
Only if I
If you
use my
can't get
other
it bigger than
magnifier.
that, if you can't get it bigger than that, don't worry, but I'll read it off my screen.
Zoom 80%. It's a bit blurry.
Yeah, I can read that, you know.
You can read it?
Yeah, I can, yeah. So,
175. Oh, there we go. Still pretty bad, but...
yeah, it's okay. As long as you can scroll down smoothly, I'll be fine.
Let's look at this. Wait, fit on the page now, though. Hi, I would like to report a UFO
Yeah, I'll do it,
sighting.
Paul. I'll do it, Paul. My eyes are better than yours. Okay, hi. I would like to report a UFO sighting. I organised a barbecue for some friends on the 11th of July 2009. Oh no, you've made it too big. I can't see the edges. In my parents' home in Palmer's Green, North London, where I live in a small row of terraced houses just off the A406. Hold on a minute.
Just off the thing.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got it now. I've got it on my own screen. Yeah, we live in a small row of terraced houses just off the A406 on a busy dual carriageway. The weather was pretty drizzly that evening, but as I had planned it for some time, decided to go ahead. At the time of the sighting, I think it was between 8 and 9 p.m., I was in the garden with two friends when I saw an orange fireball about to crash 2 gardens away, about 50 metres away. My initial thought was it was a plane on fire about to crash, but it wasn't travelling fast enough as a crashing plane. More like a slow motion crash, as we had time to comment on the trajectory. We all waited for the bang, but nothing. One of my friends ran upstairs to see if she could see it from the bathroom. She called as it was now very high in the sky, about half a mile away. We all went back to the garden and discussed what it was. We soon realised that it was not any of the following: airplane, helicopter, no noise; flare, firework, no smoke, and it also moved from a 30-degree gradient about to crash to moving very high in the sky. Air balloon, as it was very close. We could see it was a pure ball of fire. Also, again, the movements. Upon being in the garden again, another object passed about 3 to 5 minutes after seeing the first one. This time it did not follow the 30 degrees crashing trajectory, but flew past a little higher, but along the same path, 2 gardens away. This time, we all ran upstairs to the bathroom to get a better, further look at what was going on, at where it was going on. Right, okay. Again, it went up very high, about half a mile. I ran to get my digital SLR camera with telescopic lens, but the camera refused to take a picture, just zooming in and out. Again, we returned to the garden discussing what we had seen. For the third time, another object flew overhead. We dashed upstairs again grabbing my camera, again unable to take a picture. So instead, I grabbed my small digital camera. I managed to capture an image of this one, but not as close as I would have liked. The object seemed to have something protruding from the main body, almost like it was a spherical object on fire, but with a leg protruding from it, also on fire, but with a visible gap between the body and the leg. Yet they moved together in unison, as if they were attached. In short, we saw 3 spherical fireballs with an orange glow, seen North London M13, approx 8 to 9 p.m. Sunday, Saturday, 11th July 2009. 3 witnesses, no alcohol involved. All following same path, one almost appearing to crash before appearing higher in the sky. Distance of 25 to 50 metres. Hope this is of some help. I would like to hear some feedback if possible. And of course, they just fobbed off. I seen the MOD respond.
Could there be parachuted flares though?
I don't think they'd go down and then shoot back up to a high altitude again.
But if they dropped another flare and the other one went out, it would look like it went from bottom to up again.
I don't know. Parachute flare over North London. I don't. I think it's unlikely. I don't know. There's always there's quite often a mundane explanation. But the most interesting thing I found, I've seen the photo, by the way, and yeah, as she said, she didn't get close to it, but you can see there's an object and there's another object like she was describing, which seems slightly detached from the main body.
Yeah, well, unless you can see a video of what they saw, we can't really say too much about it, really. But
no, you can't. No. But the most significant part for me was the camera interference. Why didn't that SLR camera work? I mean, if this was an isolated case, I'd just say, you got a dodgy camera, go get it fixed. Now, if she was in front of me now, my first follow-up question would be, how was the camera after the event? Did it work then? But of course, the MOD just fobbed off, didn't bother asking further questions. And now, of course, they've redacted the name, they've redacted her address. There's no way of getting in touch with her. It's this particular sighting isn't in the public domain. I think you'll only find it in those MOD files, unless maybe a local London paper has printed it. I don't know, but it's don't report your sighting to the MOD. That's the lesson to be learned there. Go to somewhere like a Perforza or your local UFO network and report it there. Then at least you might get some follow up. But you won't get any follow-up from the MOD. They're just a waste of space. And going through all those documents, I'm absolutely sick and tired of listening to the default standard reply to every single UFO case.
Which is?
Oh, right, okay. Right, first of all, they'll say, unless there's a threat to national security, we're not really interested. The MOD are not experts on investigating UFOs. We don't investigate every UFO case. We investigate about 12 in a year. Otherwise, it gets too expensive. I'm paraphrasing now. That's not word for word, of course. It's in much more official language than that. Then it goes on that most mundane. Most things can be explained by mundane objects, and it gives a list of planes and meteors and balloons and other stuff. It's the go-to default explanation. It doesn't change. It's word for word the same every time.
Yep. I
found one really good radar visual case. And the guy was, I think he was a lieutenant, or was he a colonel, or lieutenant colonel? I'm not quite sure. And I'll maybe dig that one out for next week. He didn't even get a reply at all. He was asking for the radar evidence, and he was in charge of the radar that night, you see. He was a highly qualified witness, really credible witness. He was a complete skeptic, but this was a multi-witness case with credible military witnesses. Plus, this guy knows they had the radar data because he's seen it himself, and all he was asking is, where's the tape? I'd like to know where the tape is. Didn't even get a reply.
So we've got no photograph.
I have got the photo, but it's because it's on. Okay.
But I thought the camera malfunctioned, so how did she manage to get shot?
Right. Yeah, you had to listen to what was said. The SLR camera didn't work. It was zooming in and out constantly. So she grabbed the small digital camera, and that one managed to fire off a shot. But it was at distance. She couldn't get close to it like she would have been able to, hopefully, with the other one. I do have the picture, but because it's printed on this type of official paper, it's black and white and it's horrible. Let me see if I can find it quickly.
Yeah. Fixed photograph is not very good.
No. But at least she got something.
We've seen those before.
Yeah. Okay, Paul, I'm going to have to send this to you via Discord.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I might just download it this time, so open it. Where is it?
File. Where are you, bitch? Come on. There we are. That's the one. Now, see if I remember to press the enter button this time. Oh, hell, why is that gone there? There we go.
Yeah, I think it's worth putting up. Where's the download thing on this? You used to have a download arrow. I don't see it on these anymore. Copy message link. Let's just see if that works. No. And that must be the login. Copy image. Save image. Copy. Copy link. Maybe that one. Oh, here we go. Copy link work. That's a better way of doing it. So this is our UFO here.
No, I don't think so. No, that's not it.
Is it? That's what you sent me.
Hold on. Let's have a look at it myself. Shit, which one is it? Not that one. This one.
Well,
No, it's in the centre of the page. It's in the centre of the page, Paul.
Well, it's that one then.
That's it.
There's like a bogey on the page.
Yeah.
That's crap.
Of
if
course
anything,
it is.
I would say that was upside down weather balloon. Is a picture around the right way?
I don't know.
It might be around the wrong. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Actually,
upside down. How can we tell? Sometimes they have a little key or number somewhere.
nah, and that's another thing. Yeah, in the MOD files, they do a lot of the stuff comes on its side, upside down, and you're constantly toggling with it to, it's.
Yeah.
So when you see something like that and you've got no reference point, you don't know if it's side on or upside down or whatever.
I think the UFO might be this direction. This is the ground here. Illuminating the ground.
Well, what's caused the illumination?
Could be
Not
a
the
street lamp,
object.
you know. That's how bad it is.
Exactly. Yeah, I told you it was next to useless, didn't I?
Yeah. Not for the UFO industry. We're used to spud cam images.
Yeah.
They believe anything. If Tyler brought that up on secureteam, he had lots of thousands of likes on it.
Yeah.
So who we still got out there? We've got 4 people watching. Amazing. Say hi in the site if you want to have a chat with us. If you got a story of your own that you want to tell us, we could probably organise you on voice if you want to. Just say so in the side chat. Now, how are you doing for time?
God. Wow, unbelievable.
How are we going for time? 1 hour and 44 already. Wow. Time flies.
I thought it was 2 hours. Okay.
No, we're a wee bit late starting, I think.
Okay.
We're an hour and 15 minutes late, I think.
Yeah.
But that's alright. If you're tired and want to go now, that's alright too.
No. We could do a bit more. I don't have any more. I don't think I've got anything else ready to. I'm sure we can talk about something.
Yeah. What though? I don't know. What's the latest gossip going around? Anybody? It's got to do with Louis.
Well, yeah, sure. So, yeah, this picture taken. He put up a picture on Twitter and Instagram, or one or the other, or both, of him and Christopher Mellon standing outside the Pentagon. So, he's hinting that there's big things coming, or something big is going to drop. Now, every time he says that, yeah. Now, every time he says that, he's delivered. Something has happened, but it's not often as big as what he kind of maybe. Because once you say something like that to the UFO community, they think that disclosure's coming. They think they're going to, wheel out the alien bodies from Roswell, and now it's not going to be anything like that. But yeah, something's in the air. Something's coming.
Yeah. 4 seasons. Yeah, Gufon reckons it's going to be big news that it'll put us 20 years advance in technology. But we've had lots of things on development that we've been expecting news on, and one of them was fusion power. They've been saying it's going to be anytime soon when they've got a successful working prototype. So I don't know if there's going to be big news on that. That would change the world.
I've heard all about that.
Because then you got endless power. You could then have a fusion station that could just pump out ozone and rebuild the atmosphere, right? So that would change the world. You could control climate pretty much. You could even have it pump out steam into the air, make artificial clouds, probably. That sort of thing. If you got endless power. The lithium crystals. Speaking of which, there is a new season of Star Trek Discovery, and the first episode was quite good. Did you watch it?
No.
Remember the last season, they managed to get the planet that had the last lithium crystals on enough to supply the universe again.
To be honest, I wasn't too impressed with it. I couldn't really take to it. I don't know. Maybe just a bit old fashioned, and I just
Too right.
I really liked Generations, I really did, and I was so pleased when they did that new one, Picard, and when's that restarting? I can't wait for that.
It normally shows up after this one, so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
12 episodes on this one to go, so after that maybe. So 2 months away maybe.
Oh, okay.
Unless they overlap it, so sometimes they do.
Yeah, I'm sure they did last time.
A lot of it got held behind because of C-19, of course, all the filming and stuff. That's why there's been big gaps in between stuff. Noticeable would be, what's that time traveller one called? The Outlander. The big gaps in between seasons there, right? Yeah, but it's very popular. The girls like the Scotsman and kilts.
not Highlander.
It's a bit like Highlander, but it's called the Outlander.
Okay.
Where she goes to a stone ring and touches it on a special night, and you have to have certain crystals on you, and it teleports you back in time. And the return, you have to go back to the same ring on the next occurrence of, I don't know, the Solace or whatever it is, with the same gems, and you get returned back. Yeah, it's quite a good series. Go and check it out if you've not watched it. It takes a wee while to get into it, though. Normally mid first season.
Just haven't had much time to. So I watch a bit of sport to break up all the UFO stuff,
Now, if you get rid of sport, you'd have enough time.
Yeah, I know, but I spend at least 4 hours a day, researching, sometimes longer than that. And then you got you've got a podcast or two to catch up with, so you've got. So you stay in the loop, basically, because you don't want to be followed.
Yeah, people don't realise how much work it is.
And a couple of podcasts on top of maybe 4 hours of looking through documents. Then there's another 2 hours or 3 hours or even 4 hours of podcasts, and there's your whole day. That's the
difference between a real podcast and someone that just pretends and just puts up UFO videos and says, that's it for today or this week, 10-minute video. That's not it at all.
No.
You can't even tell a proper UFO story in 10 minutes. They got all these eyewitness account videos and there's zero information about them. Time, date, even it's missing on most of their videos. You know who I'm talking about. All the drifters out there. Secure Team 10. So I talked about Secure Team 10 last live, right? And I got this really nasty comment posted last night, was it, or the night before, saying, "Stop talking smack about my man."
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I know. No, I said, you do realise he's faked hundreds of videos, not just presenting them, but actually made them. That's how he grew his channel. And then he got the newspapers to publish them, and then MUFON got involved, and they said, "Oh, these are suspect. The source is very suspect. Don't pay any attention to Secure Team, the channel called Secure Team." But no one even listened back 5 years ago to that. So, but it's amazing how many people out there just don't know who they're following, and that guy just gets loads of money thrown at him. And it just goes into his pocket, we spend a lot of time researching stuff and trying to bring you the best stuff, and new, fresh content. And it's very hard to, especially if people won't come forward and talk as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's a generation thing, right? We've probably got 30, maybe 35 plus age group on ours. That makes the difference.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tyler gets all the entry. Tyler gets all the entry level ones, and so does probably third phase, right? So they sort of influence the kids how to consume UFO videos, but not actually become a ufologist as such, where you need to do the research and fact check and improve them, you know.
Well,
apart from that, we got Dan. Dan here is the youngest one in the group of 15. I'm not sure how we managed to convert Dan to such an oldie UFO channel as us. But obviously, it depends how you sort of mentally trained, I think, is a key there. You know, how to be critical thinker and maybe look more into science and understand camera technology and what artifacts it can produce. You know, it's still people debate me over Dr. Lear's Turkish footage, right? I keep telling them I've already proven it multiple ways that it's an internal camera lens, and the guy knew he was hoaxing it, so you just had to aim it at a bright light and just start filming and zoom in. They keep looking at these heads of a pin, you know, and they look like aliens, sure, but that's pareidolia for you. Dan reckons this channel's fun, but I don't know if we are. We're sort of getting to the details, and a lot of people like the details, do they?
No, you can have a little bit of fun in between as well. But there's a difference between a podcaster and someone who puts serious time into research.
Yeah.
Now with yourself, you're bringing a skill set to the table, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, with your video and your photo analyses. So that's more than the podcaster to me. There's a lot of people out there that are just, basically, talking heads. And now, I was listening to an identified celebrity review the other day, and I really like that guy whose channel it is, Luis Jimenez. But I think he's been getting a little bit of stick about how much money he's been getting through the super chat and all that. And
but if he's worked for it though, if he's put the time and work in, he deserves it. Now, if he spent like 1 hour editing a 10-minute video and putting it up and making $1,000 off it, as well as getting $5,000 of memberships every month, that's not working for the UFO field, especially if it's disinformation or incorrect information. What was the last thing Tyler put up? What do you remember? Was it flares?
Tyler.
Flares or balloons or something?
He certainly doesn't associate with those people, and he has good guests on. I know he has Mick West on, but
Tyler.
No. Luis Jimenez, an identified celebrity review. That's who I was talking about, Paul, before you changed it. He got pretty upset that people are having a go with him, fellow channel owners. And he deserves to make some money out of it. But he broke it all down, how much he's actually getting at the moment, and what have you. I think it worked out at about $12,000 a year, which is like about a minimum wage.
Could get a new year with that and all that, as long as you could write it off. But it's really hard to get the tax man away from it.
You can't. Yeah, I think he's working as an actor as well.
See, I've got the problem. My money comes from sickness benefit, right? And I fund it out of my own pocket whatever I can. And I use my brain for making code. Like instead of paying membership, I can now do that sort of thing on the screen and bring up comments on the screen, right? That's the latest thing I've just added. But everyone else, they have to pay memberships because they don't know how to code like I can, or browser hack and stuff like that. I'm a bit hacker, modder, to get around it, so I don't have to pay. Keep things open source, less third party. It's not perfect, of course. It could be better, that software, but because he still relies on a website to send it to you. So if that website goes down, we've lost it. I said to him, can't you just make it so we can do it for our own local web server? Because I got one running. So he would have to open source the code for that side of it, which sends it from his Chrome browser to local web page, and then you can display the web page like a comment. But anyway, that's the technical side of things. But yeah, if you put in the time, you should get the money, and also if it costs you money, you should try and recoup some of the money. I have to upgrade my internet and keep buying replacement hardware that keeps failing. It all comes out of my own pocket, and as you know, people don't donate to me, not very often. I don't like to nag people about donation, but it's on the pinned comment, so I always put it in the pinned comment now.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, we got ongoing memberships and licenses to pay. I've also got to buy sometimes licenses for new software that I might use to develop something for this channel. It's all that sort of stuff. But yeah, evil money. I think for people to believe a UFO story, though, it needs to be free. And you don't buy the book to find out about the story and the details and the photographs or drawings or whatever. It should all be free. And
it should.
I think really that you use the book. If you write a book, you should use it like crowdfunding for the next research project, and actually have a research project that you want to do. Like Preston Dennett, even though he's gone to the dark side of Blake Cousins' team, and he's lost his reputation there, as far as I'm concerned. But he could easily say, okay, you buy my book, it's going to crowdfund this next research project, which is undersea UFOs. Which is going to require me so many hours of looking through documents and computerizing them, and I might have to hire people. Now that would be fair enough, if someone come out honestly like that and said that's what they're doing, people are going to donate to it, like be a little ticker in the corner, just donate, and then that's fair enough.
Yeah, listen. I've got like a 5-year project now. I've got a book planned for maybe, as I said, like maybe 5 years time. But at the moment, I'm just gathering the research, but I'm not hoarding it. I've been sharing it. I've shared a couple of them with you today, and anything I find that I think significant goes straight up on the group. Straight up. No way am I. I've spoken to a couple of guys recently. One an abductee.
Yeah.
One had a really close-up sighting of a triangle. I'm not hoarding them. No way. I might still include them in the book one day, because I don't think the local people in my area, Anglesey in North Wales, are aware of just how many damn good sightings. And I found 4 abduction cases now in the area, 2 of which aren't in the public domain at all. So yeah, sure. There's the one of the abduction cases I've got to keep to myself because guy doesn't want his name out there at all.
Have you tried?
I could tell his story, but I'd have to change the location and the name. and then that's what I'll have to do in.
Have you
in
tried
the end,
posting
like,
something in the newspaper saying?
Yes.
Do you want to tell your UFO story private and?
Yeah.
And then just give
My
some
phone
credentials.
number. I left my email address. I left my and I did. Yes, it did bear some fruit. Yes. I'm going to have to renew it because I only put it up for 6 weeks. It cost me £25 for 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got me some new members as well.
Mm.
So, it was worth the 25 quid. But what I really wanted was the UFO sightings, even if they're mundane. Oh well, never mind. But there's always that one out there that's going to be, wow, okay, I can use this one. People need to hear about this one.
Yeah.
With a few and far between, for every one you get like that, you get plenty more that, it could easily be misidentifications or they could be they could be attention seekers. You don't know, and I'm glad to say that I haven't had many of them come my way, but they are out there. Trust me, they are out there.
Yeah.
Especially if you think you're gonna put them in a book or something, you don't tell them that, yeah.
A theory of everything with Kirk. What?
Kirk Jumanji. Kirk Jumanji. That's quite good.
Travis
Walton. Will you take me off this bloody full screen, Paul? I can't see the side chat. Can't see what's going on. Cheers, man. There we go. Yeah, Dan. Yeah, I don't watch Secureteam Time or Third Face. Wise man. That's all I can say. Just a complete waste of time. Take you down a stupid old rabbit hole. There's so many other channels out there as well that aren't as big as them that are just as bad. Easily just as bad. Yeah, dozens of them.
Well, anyone that sort of gives video permission to Tyler is instant fraud in my book. So that's the Underbelly, that's Mr. MBB, who's the other ones? Mavi777. Goofon even tried to do something and got shot down and never got it shown. His so-called alien picture that he took, which I believe was just a palm tree leaf, a couple of palm tree leaves, making it look like it was a alien head. There's lots of people that he's promoted, Tyler, hasn't he? Greer's another one, and Corbell, and even George Knapp. Now, I'm not. I don't like George Knapp. Not since I realised that, all these people that I give information on exposing Tyler, they could make a really good impact on ufology and bring it out on public news, pretty much, or even on podcast radio. Right. 2 months ago, I contacted Norray, whatever his name is, and Coast to Coast.
George Newby.
And I sent the information to Coast, the main feeder boards, and never got any reply from it. I said, do you know about Secureteam's fake and leaker interviews and all that? You think they'd be interested being like a news source. But no, it just proves to me that these frauds and the radio frauds all work together to protect each other and their income. That's what it's about. It's not about the truth or the facts. But the amount of texts I get, what did that guy say to me? He said I should learn how to do reverse image search, and I said, well, didn't you actually watch the episode? Not only did I use Google, I used Tinai. So, and then he started saying, stop talking smack about Tyler. Oh dear. Well, people like terrible, obviously, Dan. What can you do about it? But you notice that what I said would happen. That Goofon would team up with Third Phase to build up his channel. And then he'd slowly go back to his old ways of debunking people. And he started doing that, hasn't he? So the people that they used to have on, like Greer and Good, he would sit in and join their panels. But now you notice that he's actually debunking Wilcox and Good, and even having a go at Greer, some of his videos. So that must go against Blake Cousins' terms, really. If you're going to be part of the panel, you can't attack our members of the panel, which would be, Greer as part of their panel. Doesn't make any sense, does it? So you can see he's slowly breaking away from them. So he goes back to his own ways of exposing what he calls frauds, right? He's playing the game. They're all damn grifters. They live off money from the internet. Earth Files, Linda Moulton House, she puts up everything under the sun, right? Because it sells, fantasy stories, doesn't matter if they're true or not. It's just like talk radio where they get crackpots phoning in, Anyone can make up a story of being abducted or stuff. You just don't know if it's true. People are still going to listen to it. Especially if they've had to experience themselves, right? But yeah, it's very frustrating. Especially when they just won't listen to the truth about people. But you can see that Goofon's already... He debunks the same stuff I do. Some of it he gets right, some of it he doesn't. He'll debunk Third Phase's videos still. He's less, wow, that's amazing footage, to, nah, I think that might be a plane, guys, or... So he's gradually changing his tune a wee bit, you'll notice. So yeah, just as I said it would happen. Now these people work together, and then eventually they'll break away again once they've got the numbers watching. When you get 100 people watching, you have a really active side chat, don't you? You don't have one person on side chat. But I used to have 20, and Goofon made all these bad allegations against my channel and destroyed it. And Third Phase, they took me out for 3 months on YouTube because I had a 4-minute clip of Good from Dr. J Radio, and no one puts court strikes on another YouTube channel. Just not done thing. And everybody should have got. Yeah. Everyone should have got on the back of that Dr. J Radio and just hammered his comments all his time on his YouTube videos, saying release it. You don't do this to other channels. Because you got to take the criticism. You didn't like my criticism. And I said that's bad policy of him promoting a bad fraud like Good, which is true. And they're still doing it. Now Third Phase is doing it. It's never ending.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see that Luis Elizondo went on this show as well.
On Dr. J.
Yeah,
just don't learn, do they?
He's quite thick with Jimmy Church now, and you think,
oh no.
Jesus. Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
It's the same
this
old,
gets worse.
It's the same old UFO industry. It's a circus. It's a money-making circus.
Yeah.
It's like, it's also like a circuit. You get the same people coming on the same shows, and you got these channels that, I don't know how many of them all together. They all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing, they go on each other's show and they're making donations, which is encouraging other people to make those donations.
Yeah.
And then it's like me giving you a tenner when you're doing your show, and then you come on my show and give you the tenner, and then next week I just give you the tenner back. So this tenner, is swapping hands so often that it's unreal, and other people are seeing that. Oh, I feel obliged to do it now. That's the side of things I don't like. It's kind of corny.
It is.
It's transparent.
Mm.
I don't like it, and I've got to say, I think UCR is fantastic. I really do. I like Jazz Shaw on the show. I like that. Rather be Squidding guy. There's another couple of he has some great guests on there. There's just one thing I don't like about the show is the first thing he does is ask for money. That's the first 2 minutes of every show is support. Be a patron. Pledge as much as you want or as little as you want. I don't know. He kind of says, well, this is America, I mean, how I see it, leave your Patreon there, have your merch shop, but like, don't push it. Don't push me, just leaves a little bit of a bad taste to me. But at least I will say this, nothing's behind the paywall. You don't have to give anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one show where Christina Gomez. I don't care. You see, I don't care what they think about me. It doesn't matter. It's not a problem. And I let her know.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't care what people think.
Bollocks to them. Yeah. She had a show on, and John Greenwald was on the show. Now, listen, I listen to John Greenwald all the time. I've even spoken to John Greenwald by email. I know what John Greenwald's going to say at generally any given time. I know his story. I know how he thinks. I know he's very careful, very thorough, very sceptical. But she had an interview with him, and she had half the interview, which everyone could see. Then she had the second part of the interview behind the paywall. Now, that made me mad.
Oh, no.
Really made me mad. No. Yeah. And I put a post up about that on the group. I was really angry. I really was, because I'd had such high hopes for when she started, because it's nice to see a few females in ufology now, because it's basically a middle-aged, white-dominated subject. It really is. There's very few females.
Unfortunately, memberships on YouTube. You have to use these payroll walls now. You have to give something to each of those memberships, because that's what you promise. So that's part of the problem now too. But a lot of the guys tend to say you get early access for 2 weeks before other people, but everything goes public after 2 weeks. And that's okay by me. If he's producing a show 2 weeks in advance, those people are getting to see it first. And then the rest of the public that are not paying get to see it still eventually. To have half the interview always under a paywall is a terrible idea, unless it releases after 2 weeks.
I don't think she's done it since. And I'll tell you what else she did as well. She put up her phone. Oh, here we go, the new Secureteam 10. She put up a video, supposedly of a UFO. And what it was a balloon array. There's about 3 or 4 balloons and they were all held together with a piece of string, basically balloonry, and they were tumbling in the wind. Oh my God, man! I thought, Christina, for God's sakes, man. Anyway, she didn't do that again. I think somebody told her, like, don't go down that road. But now she's all big pally, and you know, she appears on the Jimmy Church show. Jimmy Church, the fraud, which he is. He's a fraud, Jimmy Church.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Well,
he's a fraud promoter.
Hell yeah.
There's frauds and there's fraud promoters.
Hell yeah. And that guy, oh God, damn, I can't remember one of the regular guests he has on now. Damn, I can't remember his name. It's escaped me. But yeah, he's convicted fraud. Yeah, he's got all kinds of magic potions for sale, but for stupid extortionate prices that don't actually work. There's no basis in science at all for them to be doing anything for anybody. But yeah, he's, you know, and Jimmy Church is there. It's on his show. Billy Carson. That's his name. Coloured guy.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
They were selling a car with me in a raffle or something, I heard, which was meant to be illegal.
I think he was in quite a lot of deporting.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
The UFO circus, it just goes round and round and round. It never stops. And they keep recycling the same old shit. Week after week.
Yeah. And
that's what it is now. It's Lou Elizondo this and Lou Elizondo.
Yeah, but you don't see me doing that. Occasionally I might bring it up.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I don't like to keep repeating the same stuff out there. I like to bring fresh, new perspective to it, and if I do, basically, I'm the only one that really analyzes UFO videos, right? Everyone else just puts them up, so I give new perspective to that. And you know, we try to bring some new content, like you said, but it's really hard to, especially when people won't come on air. You know, even I've been on a radio podcast, I won't mention their name, and 4 months ago, and my interview has vanished. Because they don't want the truth out there. They don't want the truth about George Knapp.
I was going to say that's probably what it was, you know.
You know, all the stuff I said about secureteam and George Knapp wasn't interested. Oh no, we can't put that out.
Yeah.
So if any reasonable podcast out there wants to interview me, that's willing to not censor and actually just put it out there, get in touch with me.
Paul, I done 2 podcasts. Would have been, I don't know, 2 months ago now. And they were on YouTube. I'm not going to, like yourself, I'm not going to mention the channel. Yeah. They were up there for a few weeks, yeah? And then he edited one, right? He took it down from like 2 hours 10 to 50 minutes. And I didn't even tell me he was going to edit it, right? And I thought, what's he done here? I looked at the editing and I thought the editing was fair. It was really fair. And I thought, and it made me look quite good, actually. But then he took both videos down. Now I know why he's done it, because he wants to get on with everybody, you see, and wants to attract as many people to his show as possible.
And that's a failure. You can't be friends with everybody in this
I know that. Well, I can't be like that anyway. But the last thing he needs is a kind of a loose cannon on his show, like me, calling people out like George Knapp. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true, though.
I want him on his show.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Right, Stan's got to go.
I should have actually recorded them before I took them down. You know, that's
you
what I
should have
did.
done.
That's what. Yeah, so we could have had a laugh.
Always back up stuff when people are talking about you.
Well, no, it's not just. Oh, yeah, that's true. But you know,
as well.
There's another thing I do now. If I just get even a sneaking suspicion that the video is going to be taken down, I record it and I store them all in a file. You know. I think
it's quite easy to download stuff.
It takes seconds. Well, it does with this computer anyway.
Yeah, Google's trying to clamp down on the tools to do it, but there's lots of tools out there to use, and they'll never get around all of them. But yeah, like I said, you know, we could be dead tomorrow and our channel's deleted and all those episodes in series are gone forever unless someone backs it up. So I have no problem with people downloading my show unless they're selling it or making money off it themselves, which they shouldn't be. That's a no-no, but they can keep it if they enjoy watching it, you know, and using it as a reference.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that, but you know, ideally they should pay a $30 a month membership, and then they can have the rights legally.
Oh, Dan. Okay. See you next time, Dan. Take care, mate.
Yeah. Good night, Dan. So yeah, I'm quite open sharing my stuff all the time. Now people can take clips from it, and as long as they give me proper reference back, but. So far in the past, it hasn't really happened. You know, a single line in descriptions doesn't really cut it. You know, they got to mention it on the video, saying, "Oh, I got this on the Out There channel. Thanks for his hard research. This is mostly his work," and that should have happened with social. I always get it wrong. Barely Social. You know, what was it? One of his channels, anyway.
Yeah,
there was Barely Social and the other one. What was it called?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you an example of that now. Just last night, I'll actually bring this case up with you now. I've got a little video here. It's the Wifeville case, the Wifeville case. It was, oh God, it was in the 80s, I think.
Yeah. Seems to ring a bell, but
yeah, different kind of UFO, right? Okay, yeah, 1987 it was. And anyway, this guy said to me, he's a journalist.
Yeah.
I won't mention his name, but he said, I'm having trouble finding anything on this case, you know?
Yeah.
And I says, well, okay, might be able to help you here. So I found some stuff for him.
Right.
He got back in touch with me today, and he said, like, thanks for that. Like, you know, you've been an asset to me and to other people. He said, what I'm doing, I wrote an article now that I have the research, and I'm going to attribute it to you. So, and that's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's how it should work, really.
Because it promotes the Creve plan as well.
Yeah.
That's how it should work.
Yeah. That could be worth more than paying money, you see.
Mm-hmm.
You get your subs up and then you get your view count. But
I didn't know.
Yeah, if you got limitation on how many members can join, that could be a problem. It means that you might get a mixture of people that are no good and only a handful that are really good, and you really want all the good people. So that's why this is the difference between an open channel and a public channel, you see.
Well, he writes
a closed channel.
So, yeah, he writes really good articles. So I'm thinking that the people that are looking into his stuff are going to be the right type of person anyway, you know. But the last thing you want is some kind of credit off Tyler Glockner. And then you
no, you don't want no credit from that.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of people do seek that, though, you know, because I know it's going to get them subs. Go and sub to my friend Mr.
and on these
MBB.
things. And they don't care how dumb that person is, as long as they've got $10 to spare, you know.
Mr. MBB puts up airplanes and calls it motherships. It's terrible, terrible guy. It really is. But he puts a lot of mixture in. He puts up cloud pictures saying, "Oh, this is unusual. It forms a square, forms a triangle, forms a circle." All those, because you got 4 streak holes. You know, it's all natural, of course. Some of them turn out to be Photoshop too, obviously. But yeah, these guys, you know, they say they claim to put it through filters, but they just change. They use some Adobe After Effects thing, which is not really good. The color curves is a proper algorithm thing I use, where it changes the same black across the whole image to another color. So it allows you to pop out stuff that you don't see. So blacks, you know, you get 5 different blacks that are almost the same shade, and you can pop them out and actually start to see cloud layers and stuff that you didn't see before, or outlines of trees and houses and all that sort of stuff, and planes, of course. But these guys, they just change the filters, the color of it, and it doesn't add anything to it. It's not as powerful as the color curves I use, and they just use it in Adobe, I think, and it's not very good. But yeah, what can you do though? People think they're trying, and they always say make up your own mind, and that's just a bullshit cop out. I just hate that terminology. Oh, what's happened there?
Yeah, it's entertainment. That's the cop out. You don't have to believe it. You can make your own mind up if it's real or not. That's a proper cop out.
It is.
It is. Sorry, they're conning people. That's the bottom line. They are conning people. And worse than that, they're not just taking the money. It's messing with the mind. You know, once you go down that nasty rabbit hole, that when you believe every damn thing's a UFO and you lose all your critical thinking, if you had any in the first place, then you're never going to get to the... Well, I don't think we'll ever get to the bottom of this anyway. But at least I have some ideas now, some grounded ones. When I started out, I had absolutely no idea. I thought it was really something as simple as ET visiting us from other star systems and what have you. Now I know that it's something that's far more complicated than I originally thought.
I'm just
the
going to
research
try.
continues, but if you don't know what to look for in your research, then you haven't got a chance. You've got no hope. You've got to have that critical thinking. You've got to have that discretion. And unless you know a good source, bad source, you're gonna be in all kinds of bother. Not good.
So I've just typed in the top 10 UFO hoaxes to see if anything would pop up. The most alien hoaxes, the top 10 encounters debunked, but not UFO channels. Hoaxes, 10 famous UFO witnesses, but no hoaxes.
Second.
UFO hoax fools several French media. Full French media. Oh, UFO tools, not fools. That would be what's on apps now, I suppose. Phone apps.
But I mean, one good rule of thumb, you know, if something seems too good to be true, then it probably is.
Yeah, phone apps.
Don't know what you're looking at.
I was just saying, I just thought I'd do a random search why people can't find out the top 10 UFO fraud channels, maybe. Maybe I need to create a web page with that title.
I don't think. I think that's the wrong type of search, because that's kind of slanderous if you go making a top 10 like that.
Why?
List of UFO related hoaxes. I don't think you're going to get hoax channels, because someone's going to be asking for that to be taken down.
Not if you got proof for each of them.
Well, yeah, that's a fair comment.
They can ask for it to take down, but they have to take it to court. And do you think that secureteam would take it to court? No. Because he knows he would be outed.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't even come up, right? But if you typed in hoaxer in the name, Mr. MBB, you see what comes up. 333. Ah, shit. There we go. Has anyone said it? He's a hoaxer. Hawkeye has. According to Mr. MB, this photo was taken last month. Okay, so there's the first one. Hand of God. Yeah, so this is sort of crap Mr. MBV puts up. Titled Sunrise Shadows. Photo was taken last month in Arizona and was emailed to him. Naturally, photo and video has been shared on various UFO paranormal websites. Scott Brando, a real UFO researcher, shares his initial opinion. This could be a combination of group rays and pareidolia. Could it be? Let's see. I don't know. It kind of looks like a Photoshop to me. Let's have a look further away. Still.
It could be a cloud formation, you know. I don't see anything that's it looks just like a storm cloud. Could be CGI.
No. The color seems to be off, unless it's smoke.
It seems a little bit out of place.
I would be more inclined to say you could get that with smoke with the right wind speed. Like if you got a burning fire and then you got another plume of fire that goes up there, another plume goes up there, another one goes up there. So it could be smoke. But we haven't read the article to see if it's been processed. So it looks at the exit lift data. The photograph was not taken yesterday or even this week, but August. The image size was only 9.6 by 540 pixels. The camera of the smartphone and the information, obviously, was 13 megapixels, which is 4,000 by 3,000. This is not consistent with the 0.81 megapixel image. It's clear the image has been altered after it was taken. There was no information about the tools used to modify the image, so I contacted Mr. Neil, aka Hacker Factor, who was a forensic researcher. He created the photo forensics website. He created the photo forensic website, so you should understand what it's doing. And he helped me also earlier in analysing various photographs. The image is not readable. has been processed by a Apple product. The image can be considered as fake. Light and noise on the hand differs from the rest of the image. Histogram equalization also shows the hand being very different from the clouds, which is what I said, in shadow. Conclusion, both are technically analysed. So I was correct saying it was photoshopped. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
The only possibility, if it was smoke from a fire, maybe, but it'd probably be very rare, but I wouldn't rule it out. So there's a fire there, actually. If you look, there's people standing there around a fire.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're right. So I hope they are about being doctored and not. But it could be that there was actually a plume of smoke going up this way, and they edited it a bit more to make it look like a hand. I think that's probably what's happened. Alright, and that's probably why it doesn't match in the histogram data. So that makes perfect sense now to me. There's the smoke going up, and someone's just gone and made it into a hand shape. See, I have these insights in my head because I look at so much stuff and I can look things that other people don't see. So it would have been a real image that's been edited. But anyway, this is what I was saying. Mr. MB doesn't do any of that. Or for a truth comes to light. What? There's no truth. Fact check. Mountain ice reveals UFO. Mr. MBB. So I just picked on him by random, right? And we know that Tyler's put this one up already. And it's just an ice lake, and it just looks like pareidolia to us, that it's raised up because of the light and dark of how our brains interpret things. And do they invert it? No. See, to me that's not proper analysis here.
Hey Wes, how's it going, man?
Mr. Snipes. Hey Rob and Bull. So yeah, woman camping cryptoid, Mr. MBB. Let's have a look at this one. You can see he makes a lot of newspapers. This is why he grows and gets lots of traffic. Michael Kirk. Who's he? He rings a bell. Bachelor degree in exercise and sports. Well, that's not going to help with video analysis. Evan sports lover. So why is he doing Mr. MBB? So this is the monster, the cryptoid, obviously meant to be like an alien. Yeah. I know. Pareidolia multiple ways here. That looked like an alien head, and now that one looks like an alien head. Now that looks like an alien head. 3 aliens. Google Earth user spots stone-covered cave. Mr. MBB. So this is the kind of stuff he puts up and it gets in the newspaper. Here we go. New York Post has picked up his stupid thing.
Oh, Wes, okay, I didn't know you were still on the group, man. Okay, pal. I think that was quite funny, I suppose.
Your post last week. Hoover and mop for sale.
Yeah. Well, I said something had to go. Keeping up with the house and all this research and everything else, like, you know.
I thought your Hoover and mop was named Mush, Mr. Mush. He does both. Well, he vacuums and licks.
Yeah. It is now, because the rest of the stuff is up for sale.
Hoax security. Let's see how much comes up from him now. He does hoax. I'm so sick of people getting on me about him. I'm the only one that sort of brings him up still.
Well, yeah, I mean, it gets a bit dull after a while, I suppose, Paul. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Nothing you can do about it.
Hey, what's this one here?
Security. People will always have an audience, won't he?
Yeah, well, look, read this. secureteam.co.uk. The rise of BEC fraud. Secureteam. I don't think that's the same Secureteam we're talking about.
Huh.
Trick the victim for paying a fake invoice. It's not the Secureteam we're talking about. Hoaxes.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this? And created by the Secureteam channel. What? He is the hoaxer. Beginning with the debunking of a couple UFO hoaxes created by the Secureteam channel on YouTube projects as where the career of a professional fraud will probably lead and offers. Who put that one out then? Documentary. Maybe I should do something like that. Dean Galiatos Toast. I can't see his name. Storyline. I bet he doesn't get too many people watching it. He probably gets a lot of hate, does he? Let's see. Is there any user comments? How dare you talk smack of my boyfriend? Toiler. User, be the first. No one's reviewed it yet. When was it put up? Cast. How can I find out more about it? Episode 2. What is it? It's part of a series. Series 2. All episodes. Let's have a look. Where's the name of it? UFO Theatre. Alright, okay. He's listed his YouTube's his episodes on Movie Database. Maybe I should do that. On the Wings of Fell. He has 2. He's listed them there. I suppose anyone can create that, though. That's a big job, though. Season 3. He hasn't got any images put up. It's kind of strange. But how do people link to him there? UFO Theatre. Right, he's got some images here. Photo. Now, wonder when he did that. 2004. So I don't think it's helped him much. It certainly hasn't got the word out about Secureteam anyway. Oh well, that was quite interesting doing a search on that. Speed debunking. But you can see there's not really much of my stuff coming up, if anything. Real UFO footage, YouTube, Secureteam. Secureteam hoax. What's that one about? Hero or hoaxer? I haven't seen this one before, I don't think. 401 Falls. Do we have a quick watch of it? Do we take a chance? March 2021. He's got quite a few views there, and he's got a few comments. Oh, I have seen this one. I got a comment
Obviously,
7 months ago. You must have been up late. Alright. Can't remember seeing it. Let's have a look. He missed all the leaker stuff, is probably what it said.
Today's video, we're going to be talking about Tyler Glockner from Secureteam 10. What went wrong, how he grew his channel, and do I believe he's good for UFO?
You know him?
Yeah, vaguely, yeah. Damn, what's his
all
name?
That coming up now. So who on earth is Secureteam 10? Well, let's take a look. This is him. This is Tyler from Secureteam 10. Not much of a team, there's only one of you claiming to be a team of 10, but nonetheless, that's Tyler from Secureteam 10. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that a few of you here do have mixed feelings about Tyler Glockner from Secureteam 10, mainly because he disappeared off the face of the earth for a year and a half and didn't release any footage in that time. Now, conspiracies were running rife, some people suggesting that Tyler had been abducted by aliens, other people saying that he'd been killed by the FBI. But what the media chose to go with was that Tyler had somehow gone off the rails, beat up his ex-girlfriend, and was now sleeping in his car. So what did go wrong? Now, I can't lie, Tyler was a bit of an inspiration for me in the beginning of my YouTube journey, mainly because he was the first channel I saw dealing with UFOs and extraterrestrials. But it didn't take me long to realise that Tyler's footage was mediocre at best. So how was Tyler able to grow his YouTube channel so big to such an extent in such a harsh environment? The extraterrestrial and UFO niche is very difficult to break through in, but yet Tyler was able to master this, push his channel as far as it could be pushed, and grow this beyond any expectations that anyone here on YouTube talking about these topics could ever imagine. So how was he able to do that? Well, Tyler made some inside deals with a lot of media outlets, newspapers, TV stations, and basically the deal was that Tyler would give these media outlets incredibly over-the-top stories of UFOs where people had supposedly had first-hand encounters of
New Zealand, we call that backhanders. You do this and you get some extra Christmas money.
terrestrials and UFOs. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I think what Tyler did was wrong, or that it was cheating, or that Tyler just did this to blow his channel up and gain loads of Patreon subscribers.
But he obviously doesn't know about the fake videos. I think it's probably what I posted a comment to. 4 a.m. You should join our group. I got out there. Let's correct that. I'm surprised my comments showed, actually, because most of them get deleted. So join our group on Discord, mate. But Will Gates buying Discord might kill the platform. Well, that didn't happen, lucky enough. Well, they resist 10 billion offer. They did. Let's see. No, I didn't actually say anything there because maybe it got deleted. You do know about the 3 leaker interviews. Come on. Right. I found deleted, but you can hear is his voice saying with Photoshop.
Yeah,
he did.
This guy who runs this channel,
the Cube
401 Files. Obviously, he's tell by his accent, he's English.
Yeah,
he's not a UFO guy. He's a cryptid guy. He's into Bigfoot and Dogman and monsters and stuff like that, basically. And just looking through his.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You weren't able to add to your reply
as well.
Please try again. So this is the sort of shit I get all the time. I'm censored.
Yeah.
I bet that the comments vanished now. Okay, I'll just copy what I've done there. This is the kind of crap I put up with all the time trying to get the message out, and I can't because I get censored. I bet my comments vanished since I changed the error, the spelling mistake.
It wasn't subbed to his channel. He's got a new sub now, thanks to you, Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see my
stuff.
There you go. My comment vanished after I edited it. I corrected a spelling mistake, and it's now vanished. This is the kind of crap I put up with all the time, eh?
What do you mean it's vanished? How can it have vanished?
Well, you just saw it. It vanished. The whole comment vanished.
I'm in a different. Well, he hasn't done that, Paul.
No, he hasn't done that, but Google has.
Oh, I see.
And it wouldn't allow me to reply to the main comments to add to it. And I'll just post a new comment there. Okay, let's see how long it stays for. It's there at the moment. This is the suppression I get all the time from Google. And people wonder why I have backup account, a helper account, because sometimes I have to use it. If I'm not lending it out to people, but at the moment I still got it back for the time being anyway. Anyone that wants to help doesn't like someone I trust won't edit the account and they can use it to post comments to people. Okay, so that comment's there now, but I went to my original one because they changed out to our Discord group. Anyway, you get a new comment. 38 seconds. You normally have to wait a couple of minutes though, just to see if it disappears. It's probably Google watching now. Oops, quick, untick that. He's proven a point that we're frauds and we're censoring everybody. No, we'll see if the comment... Yeah, it's still there. But, yeah, this guy's not well informed. Hi guys, welcome back to the 401. He's not well informed. Like you said, he's not a UFO guy. If he did
do it all.
Yeah, if he did some research, he should have added me to this. Or at least Mr. Ken, right? Mr. Ken should be there.
Clever people realised that there was something a bit dodgy about the guy's voice, and what they did was they revealed, or they back engineered this voice, removing a lot of different filters.
So he's talking about me, isn't he? Let's go back.
Hold on.
He's either talking about Camera Dazzler Man, who did Mr. Ken, and I did the other ones.
Most cringeworthy, embarrassing hoax that I've ever seen be debunked ever in the history of the internet. So Tyler released this video where he was supposedly interviewing some kind of high-ranking military personnel who had top-secret clearance in a top-secret base and basically was a whistleblower. This guy was spilling the beans on extraterrestrials, information that he had on UFOs. Basically, this guy was the whistleblower of all whistleblowers. But what Tyler didn't anticipate...
That was the Area 51 guy, and that's the one I found and reversed and leaked out to the web.
Was that there are some very clever people out there, and a few of these clever people realised that there was something a bit dodgy about the guy's voice. And what they did was they revealed, or they back engineered this voice, removing a lot of different filters and increasing the pitch to find out that it matched Tyler's voice exactly. This was literally just Tyler interviewing himself, pretending to be a whistleblower, revealing information about extraterrestrials and UFOs. If this doesn't want to make you pull your face off and cringe beyond belief, I don't know what ever will.
Yep, he has got my stuff there. But he didn't give me any reference. Oh, that's fine.
My name is Dr. Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the NSA and NASA for going on 12 years now. My security clearance at present warrants...
At least I don't remember him asking permission, but maybe he had. Maybe I've forgotten.
You showed me that before, Paul.
I know, he has got my channel listed there.
Yeah, there you go. Stop complaining.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people don't give me credit.
You showed
I
me
need to
this
take the
before.
appropriate steps to keep myself protected the best I can. One of those steps...
You've seen that millions of times, but there's millions of Tyler fans out there that have no clue.
is not to give too much information about myself.
First of all, I load the episode into the software to pull up the distant audio wave, and then I will cut out the bit where he's introducing himself, and then play around with it with various filters to reverse the voice cloaking.
My name is Dr. Eric Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the NSA and NASA for going on 12 years now. My security clearance at present warrants my need to take the appropriate steps to keep myself
that was so
protected.
many years ago. What he's done is he's changed the pitch of his voice to lower. Then he's applied various filters. One to simulate being on a phone, so it adds in a bit of phone noise. That was my $2 microphone I had back then. And echo, and also he's applied one that gives it a modulated robotic overtone to it. So he's tried to use various filters to make it really complex, but it's quite easy to undo to get it almost back to the original wave, which I will show you now. The first step is to apply reverse pitch control, and I found that the setting about 20 in the reading there, or around about G, and the optics changes it back to almost his voice with the other effects added.
My name is Dr. Eric Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the NSA and NASA for going on 12 years now. My security clearance at present warrants my need to take the appropriate steps to keep myself protected.
As you can tell already, it's starting to sound like Tyler from Secureteam 10.
It is Tyler.
With all the other filters still applied. Yeah, that is Tyler, is what it should have said.
Yeah, I know.
But if you can see, he's actually put the full clip in here, actually. So it's... Yeah, let's see.
He's got a list.
That's Tyler by now. You need your head examined.
Dr. Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the NSA and NASA for going on 12 years now. My security clearance at present warrants my need to take the appropriate steps.
That is so Tyler. Now, if you can't tell that's Tyler by now, you need your head examined. But, yeah, all these people saying that he doesn't hoax stuff. Come on now, get real, people.
I just want to say a massive well done to the guy at the Out There channel. Sorry I didn't get your name, but that's where I got this from, guys, if you were wondering. This came from the Out There channel, and I think he's done an absolutely amazing job at debunking this and exposing Tyler Glockner for what he really is, which is a fraudster. So now, having been exposed, what you would expect...
So he promoted me really good, but he said he got any followers. It's a bit of a shame.
Hasn't he?
He's got more than I have, 9,000 there, but yeah, but that should have happened with that guy that from Beardy Social. He should have advertised it the same way this guy did. Yeah, I don't know. I thought, yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, he did a good presentation there. So yeah. I was just doing random searches, and I had actually forgotten about that guy because I said join our Discord channel, expecting to pop up and maybe give him some more information that's not public. But obviously it didn't happen. But anyway, Secureteam privacy policy. Secureteam net. I suppose that's his website, is it? Is that his website? No. There's actually a company called Secureteam who should be suing him for using their name, but obviously they're not interested. Lion's Ground, he's got it wrong. Dr Northman, not Dr Norton. Lion's Ground, he done it wrong.
Not even close. Oh dear.
And he's on Facebook. Okay, let's see. At least he's got. Has he got his own video up, or has he got a link to mine? I don't think he'd link to mine, surely. I don't think I'll get access to it without logging in, is it? Looks like his own video, is it? I think it is here. But he's got the wrong name.
Final destination reached.
Whistleblower. He's always so loud on his videos, so.
I know.
Internet. It is called YouTube.
It pauses as you scroll.
What I can tell you is that I have worked as an outside.
Well, what happened is I found these files and I sent it to Lion's Ground because he was big on The Sun at the time. He was trying to get Tyler exposed and demonetized. Yeah. And I thought, oh, well, I've got more stuff you can use. And you don't even have to give me credit that I found it. And I think he may have done. And I think he may have given me some credit, maybe, in the description, which that one doesn't have. So maybe he hasn't. I don't know.
I consulted on many projects led by our government, the U.S. government, including with.
So he's using Adobe software here. Well, when you can just use Audacity, which is free open source, and it does it a lot easier.
More recently, my name is Dr. Eric Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the. My name is Dr. Eric Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the NSA and NASA for going on 12 years now. My security clearance.
Of course, I went a step further than that, and I actually found copies of people uploaded before I even started my YouTube channel of the videos that he deleted, Tyler, and I ran it through a plugin that comes with the browser, which is Live Show 218, if you've not seen it. And that proves beyond doubt that no one has set him up. So yeah, here's one of my first videos, and guess what? It's on Daily Motion, not YouTube. Secureteam video, part 1. Who are the biggest frauds? See? So in that search, hoax or Secureteam, I come up on the first page. But it's not YouTube, it's other people's channels, you see. Lion's Ground, he's got more users than I have, and the other guy, what was his name? Lion's Ground, and that's even on Facebook. So yeah, it's totally, Google is definitely suppressing. Hoax third phase, let's see what comes up with that one. So it's good to do this from time to time, because sometimes you pick up stuff that you may have missed. Well, the search engines change all the time. Third phase is dumb. Thinks you're dumber. Who put that one out? Is that UFO Theatre again? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it is. So he's up there because he's on the movie. I wonder if that's a good trick. You know, that could be a good trick. I might have to think about that tonight and start up a movie database entry. You might want to do the same, Robert. Third phase, Behind the Veil. Album by various artists. No thanks. UFO sighting by passengers. But we said hoaxer, so where's the hoax? Proof. Third phase UFO hoax. YouTube. I wonder if it's me. Who is it? It doesn't look like mine. Who Benefits channel? 2012. So even before I started my channel. And they got 12 subscribers, so no one's going to watch this. Okay, so let's have a look. See what it's about. I think it's about them using toys to fabricate.
My name's Blake Cousins. We've asked the YouTube public if they've captured anything amazing regarding UFO or paranormal activity, send it to us. And we've been flooded via Skype and Twitter from UFOs from around the world. We've just received an amazing sequence of UFO photos from Peru, Cusco, from a Domingo El Turo. Now let's take a look at these right now.
Copyright.
Domingo claims as he was driving his vehicle, he noticed a UFO flying disc in his rear view mirror. He began to take these sequence of shots, 1, 2, 3, and 4. He stopped.
Now, I wonder what the lines were. That's the back defroster. So often I thought this was CGI Photoshop, but this guy thinks it's a model, but it doesn't mean they didn't scan it in to make it a CGI.
Car and immediately takes these amazing.
Alright, now I see the shape of it. It does look like that model.
Clearest photos that I've ever seen here at Third Base.
Some fishing line. Look, there's something there too. Look, something at the edge of it there. Bug or dirt on the window, maybe. I don't know. Or it could be where the cable is, because look at these two. These two are going up on the angle, which looks like it's going towards lifting the model up. So it could be specks of lights or something off the fishing wire.
We've analyzed these photos and zoomed it in 1000%. And as you can see, there are birds actually flying and swarming around this massive vehicle.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this before.
You should have.
The design of this spacecraft is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You can take a look at this close-up picture and see portals from underneath.
Busted. And Goofon would say, they don't produce any fakes now. Bullshit.
Listen to that silly music.
I know, it's annoying, isn't it?
Amazing regarding UFOs or paranormal.
He's annoying.
Yeah, he is annoying. Normally just mute the music and put captions on. So when's the guy gonna get to busting them open? Here we go. So there's a model. It comes in a kit set. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fairly big model.
No, it's with his hand there as a scale. It's not big.
Plastic domes where you can put the little aliens in. And look, it's got a handle for perfectly for putting fishing line on it. But you know, to me that's a terrible edit, debunk, because he should have done a side by side and sort of layered it like I do in the editor.
That could have been a lot better.
Let's see if he's around still. Tell Goofon, who works and promotes them, is changed. Good for ufology. Yeah, what an idiot. People change. They're not always criminals. Okay, so why did they fake in 2018 the search and rescue one with their new camera then? Yeah. Oh, you gotta prove it. Come on. You could hear the helicopter. they're trying to talk over it and put music over top. But that's what I mean. You can find little bits like that. Just doing some research, see if anyone else comes out with anything new. But it's pretty old still, apart from the stuff I do.
Yeah.
UFO TR3B.
You can wrap up now, Paul. It's gone 4:30 a.m.
All right, yeah, you want to get going? That's fine.
I'm starving as much as anything.
Oh, well, that's time to go, people. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
We
started late tonight. We didn't start until after 1 a.m., which is
yeah. I thought you were okay.
Hour and a half. Yeah, about an hour and a half later than what we normally start. So
yeah. How did we get down to? 3 hours. Yeah, you're right. Better kick it in. But normally you get a lot of people jumping in around about now. But it's 5:30 here, so it's near my dinner time too. Okay, it was a fun show. Thanks all, good. And we'll probably get some hate. We get some hate comments and dislikes, of course. But at least we keep it real here, folks. The truth, only the truth, because nothing else matters in ufology.
Yeah, we had some interesting studies early on in the not conclusive. But
yeah,
certainly interesting, yeah.
Yeah, and we're not really interviewing other UFO channels, really. There's enough of that going on anyway, but that's only sort of promoting each other, you see. Really want to interview people that have actually had the UFO sightings, because that's what matters, because especially if it's first time telling as well. But anyway, if anyone out there wants to do that, me and Robert are quite willing to have you on and discuss it with you. Anyway, take care, everybody, and be safe on the roads. Here we go.
Good God, only 2 downvotes. What's up then?
There'll be a lot more to come. Probably get up to 7 or 8.
Yeah, they probably couldn't stay up long enough.
Yeah, I try to advertise it and upload it around the other alt medias. Yeah, but you see all these people attacking me saying I don't know how to do reverse search, and they haven't even done a basic search like hoax the secure team who they're defending. And you can see there's a lot of content there about secure team, you know. It's hilarious. So it's you got to cry if not laugh in ufology. And it's not changing, it's only getting worse. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Good night all. Thanks for your support, even if it's not money. We'll manage somehow.
Sure.